Zoom, zoom, like a race car flight, but it ain't a car, it's a super fast tortoise going the speed of light, breaking all the
Even in space, a group of tortoises is called a creep. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise morning coffee show.
Shockwave! What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil fun.
Fear not, Megatron. Cybertron shall remain as you leave it.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise show.
Wow, this is weird. Everybody's got a camera.
Everybody's got a camera.
Finally.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, we're going to deal with what we got. We're going to have fun. Lone Wolf had to step away today. He was going to be on the show. He's not feeling well, so let's give him our thoughts and prayers, you know?
Yep.
But with that, I want to say hello, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Coffee Show. We got a hot topic today. Yes. Custom made for everybody on the show to get involved. Ooh. I mean, what is it? BW.R.R.R.D? I was having fun. I yesterday was a big day of typing for me, sitting down. It's like we had to make the rules list for playing Commander game, being on the show. Hillbilly, no cussing.
Yeah, drag it.
Then I had to write the script for today because, you know, when to Baltzon, when we got the big brains on the show and like everybody together, I like to have a topic put together so we can communicate and share ideas. So
I'd have to bring one in the jar, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But anyways, let's get to the introduction. Next to me on my right, we have Time to Rock!
We got the one Rayman.
That's right. Woo-hoo. He looks
Good
like
morning,
he's
everybody.
busy. You look like you've been busy.
It's already started. It's all downhill from here, boys.
You know your week's gonna snowball. Your week's gonna snowball.
Yeah, he's gonna be busy.
That's right. And next to Rayman, on his right, we got MTG Hillbilly.
Dag blaggit.
You know, if you were behind the scenes last night, you would understand how true that whistle is.
You wasn't supposed to be in there.
Right. And below me, we got the legendary
Tybalt's apprentice wins. Flawless victory.
That's mostly ironic, believe me.
I had to highlight that.
That's hilarious. He won't let that live down. All right. Then, next to Tybalt in the orange shirt, my friends, we have Muujin Fool. Yes, we got Muujin Fool all hyped up, ready today. This is the first time he's been on this show with a camera.
Yep.
Yeah, supermodel in it. That's
Mhm.
right. Mhm. Posing.
No, I was just itching my back.
Oh, I thought he was full of vanity there. Then next to Mujafo, we have the one, the
A
only.
Rhino Blitz.
Hey, people. What's up, guys?
That's right. Woo, man! Introduction's going crazy. Let's catch up with chat. We got. Oh, looks like we got Kane Checker. Kane Checker for sure. Checker just for you. You know what you get. You know what you get, right? James Willis, Cane Shaker.
I shake my cane at the clouds with my fury.
Yeah. Then we got Oscar. Oscar, hey guys. Hey, welcome. Come chat, chill, relax with us in the morning show. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need to ban that Dread Return because they're just a troll.
Don't make me start swearing.
That's funny. That's funny.
And I was kidding about that. Dread Return is actually Tillbot's apprentice.
That's true. That's true.
That's
I was going to accuse Hillbilly of using the gold mechanic.
Right.
Glad to be here with my friends. I've been under a lot of stress and just duress lately, so I'm glad to be here with my friends today.
Hell yeah. Hope you get to relax and chill. That's one of the shows, relax and chill.
That's why I'm glad to be here. I have a pretty open day today, so I'm pretty glad to be here and just relax.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Let's relax. But we got a big topic to cover, so we need to push on the show and get to the first segment of the day. The first segment of the day is
Card of the day.
Ooh, card of the day was brought to us by TCG Dude.
Oh, great card.
Great card. Tooth and Now. Yeah. Costs 5, 6, 7 mana. You get to choose one. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards, reveal them, and put them in your hand, or put 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Or if you pay 2 additional mana, you can entwine and choose both.
Just put this card into a deck.
Yeah, this is actually
leaving it up last night.
This is my Eldrazi deck.
That's a great card.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Great card.
Such a power creep card. And this is like really good in Elf Ball if you're running Eldrazi. It's good in decks that like to ramp up really quick because the series
it is.
you get those big old creatures out.
And this is in green, and green is known for ramp.
Yeah, it's only 9 mana. I played this on turn 4 pretty consistently.
Only on turn 4.
Yeah.
This is gonna be.
I gotta get some good blockers up there. I gotta make sure I have protection from all the stuff that's happening.
Right.
It's gonna be banger with that Krang Ultron Warlord. You search your library for Krang and the giant 11/11 infect creature I can't think of the name of right now.
Blightsteel Colossus.
Yeah, you get those 2 out, give them haste and everything, go to town.
I had PTSD from Blightsteel Colossus.
This could be a game changer. Game changer.
It's 9 mana. It's 9 mana.
I mean, it could very well be a game changer in that deck.
If it was if it was
in very specific decks, I think it's very good. In most decks, it's pretty middling. I mean, it's 9 mana, right? To be able to just go search and then throw them on the battlefield. In some decks, it's definitely powerful. If you're turbo ramping, right? Like if you're just making mana dorks like crazy, the card can be very powerful. But it's only as powerful as what else is in the deck, right? Because if you don't have like great stuff to go find, then is it worth paying 9 mana instead of just like worldly tutoring?
Yeah. Is it really worth finding it? Yeah, exactly.
Right.
No, I love this card though. I think I'm glad TCG dude shared this. I think this is the art that I bought too.
Yeah. I was looking at this. I didn't realize this was in this border. I would love this card in this border. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
What's that?
This is from Mirrodin block, right?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Entwine came on. The original Mirrodin block in 2004, 2005. For that time.
Yep. That's what I thought.
let's get to the picture of the day. The picture of the day is when you see yourself and family in Magic the Gathering cards. Hell yeah.
Or your clones, apparently.
Hey. Well, you know, in the original comics, all the turtles wore the same color bandana.
Yeah, it was all red, not blue. It was all red.
Because I'm blue, Baba D.
I just want to say something real quick. If you're watching the vertical, double tap that screen to throw a like out there.
Yeah, double tap that screen. Hell yeah. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. This is just a fun card. Like, they really nailed down the design of the Magic cards as Magic cards. So, you know, they look like Magic cards, but they look like they can be in TCG. But yeah, I did good. Look, they even got 2 fingers on this one, except the guy in the back on the right. He has 3 fingers, so I don't know why. Mutations are not permanent or not perfect.
That is pretty cool art, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
I just wish I could see what cards you're looking at.
Yeah, well, the text is hard to read on them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oscar says the card Tooth and Nail is a good card, but it's a little slow. Well, it's not slow on the right day. Can I tell you what?
No.
Right.
All right. With that, we're going to move on to the question of the day.
Card of the
Thing. Presented by Discord, we have the question of the day. Oh, look at me clicking the wrong things. But anyways, question of the day is brought to you by yours truly. But if you have a question of the day, card of the day, or picture of the day you want to share, be a part of Discord. Link in the description below. You know, you can share a picture of the day, a card of the day, or a question of the day, and be featured on the channel. All right, let's see what I asked. Super Fast Tortoise here with the question of the day. The question of the day is, how do you explain the morning show to your friends? How do you explain the morning show to your friends? Let me know. Let's go. Put it in the comments down below.
That's easy.
We talk about Magic and we get sidetracked easy.
Sidetracked easy. That's funny. We talk about Magic and we'll go left field, right field.
Oh, I told my brother's friend that I'm in the middle of that I'm a part of a podcast, and I have told him to look your channel up while he's on his phone. So
Nice.
he did, and I don't know if he followed or not, but yeah, I'm trying to get you out there.
That's cool. I appreciate that. I do 100%.
Well, the way I subscribe the show is, you know, I'm always chilling it out at the end of my stream.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on the morning stream because, you know, I do 2 streams.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I always show that to channel. And I always, you know, say, but then that's, you know, you got 2 commands on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
And on there, I tell people, you know, we talk about a little bit of everything because sometimes we do.
Mm-hmm.
And great conversation, and you never know what we're going to talk about unless you come.
Yeah.
And we're all, and you know, I tell people, if you want to find out what we're going to talk about, got to come on by.
Come on by. Say what we're talking about. Yeah, right.
Sometimes we don't even know what we're talking about.
Sometimes
Exactly.
I tell people my friend's show is a late morning coffee show with discussions on Magic, chilling chat, just hanging out, having fun. We get on tangents, all that stuff. Just nice, fun times, good vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Check us out. Check them out. Give them a like, give them a subscribe, give them a follow, give them some views.
Yeah,
pretty much how I handle it when I try to let people know where we're at and what we're doing, and also point out the fact that we are all over the country.
Yeah,
so we all get to come together from all over the place and get a chance to hang out together and stuff. So that's always an important thing that I try to share.
Rock on. That's pretty awesome. I want to really quickly say hello, Lulu, for making it. Thank you, Lulu. Rock, you're awesome.
Lulu.
Okay, Chicker, I'm sad. I don't have any friends.
You have Tortoise. I mean,
you have them here.
Yep.
You can always drive to this side of the state, you know.
Yeah, that, or he could come to my state, whichever.
Right?
Yep.
Super fast. That big coffee cup. It is a.
Joining you with that big coffee cup.
Yeah.
Club.
Yeah, I do think of each and every one of y'all every day.
Yeah.
It's awesome that we're all friends, we all get along and everything. And when I'm saying this, I even mean some people that are in chats,
Mhm.
such as Kane Schechter, Lulu, the new people that has joined,
Mhm.
like Oscar. I mean, I think of all y'all.
Yeah, we think it's amazing you guys join. We love seeing your faces over.
I want to thank everybody here for helping me along the way, and all the subscribes and likes and views you're giving me and promoting me. I really appreciate that. You all know here I'm going through a rough time right now, and I need my friends more than anything right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
One of you.
I'm gonna say I hope your situation gets better soon.
Hell yeah. We
Yeah.
hope. We hope.
Yeah, I'm at peace, with with my grasp on it. Just it hurts, it just still hurts.
Yeah,
Right.
I just worried about you, about all of you.
CC says BW.R.R.R.D sounds like a cold chill. Yeah. BW.R.R.D sounds like a can of spaghetti noodles.
Sounds like you're trying to play a multi-dick and you've added a new color to your choosing Magic the Gathering pie.
Hey, CG dude.
Oh, thinking of which, fourth wall break. TCG, did you get my message on Discord? All right. Then with that, my friends, the way I explain the channel, most of the people I talk to don't even know what Magic is. So I try to say, we cover Magic the Gathering. If you know what that is, you would probably enjoy our show at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'd be like, we just chat and chill with friends. Sometimes we don't know who's coming. Sometimes we have a big group. Sometimes we have a small group. I say we just have fun every morning, having a chat and chill kind of expression. If you like Magic the Gathering, these are topics that we like to cover. And I talk about our most recent video because it's more fresh in my mind. But yeah,
Yep.
so that's how I do it. But anyways, my friends, we got to get to the boom. The show divider.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise. This is a free show on YouTube. It is completely volunteer based. This program is made possible by viewers like you, and share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And also by contributions made to your Super Fast Tortoise channel and from viewers like you. You all rock. You are awesome.
You're crazy!
You are watching Super Fast Tortoise.
Oh, look at us.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, we made it right before the 20-minute mark.
Nice.
All right. That's what I was pushing for, is before 20 minutes. But hey, so what is BW.R.R.R.D, the scope, as I call it, in Magic the Gathering? So we've talked about the scope before, but I wanted to break it down a little bit more. So I sent some of you that I knew who was going to be here for sure, a script. So I think we can just kind of loosely explain what BW.R.R.R.D is, right? BW stands for board wipes. The 3R stands for removal, ramp, recursion, and D stands for draw. So board wipes, removal, ramp, recursion, and draw. Four corners of your deck that are important to work on when it comes to deck synergy. Now, deck synergy is the synergy of how your deck works. Theme synergy is working around your commander. They're two separate things, but sometimes they blend together. Yeah, I mean, like Elf Ball is the biggest one. Like, you ramp hardcore and Elf Ball, and most of the elves that you're playing ramp you up like crazy. Sometimes when you're running artifacts, you get a creature that says, whenever you cast an artifact spell, draw a card. That is mixing the synergies between theme synergy and deck synergy. Then the more synergy you get, the more efficient and synergistic your deck gets, the more powerful it's going to perform, no matter the budget. And I think that's key to put in that phrase, since we covered that extensively. on 2 different channels. Tybalt Apprentice has a channel if you don't know.
Yes, we did.
His link's in the description below. I mean, I could go on. I'm really struggling not to read from the script. What is you guys' take? Start with Rayman on top on the script I sent you.
Oh, you didn't send it to me because at least I didn't get it.
Oh, I sent it to you. All right.
But all these things are definitely important. Some of them are far more important than others. The deck that I've been building and playtesting that has that tooth and nail in it, I don't run board wipes in it at all. I have a bunch of spot removal. I have creatures that can remove stuff when they ETB or when they swing. I run counter spells. I don't run board wipes. I don't want my board to be gone, and I'm banking on just being able to outvalue what my opponents are doing.
All right.
But everything else, you got to have, like, you definitely need ramp. You need to draw cards. Card advantage is the most important thing in Magic.
Most important.
Rarely does a game happen where a deck draws a lot more cards than their opponents and don't win.
All right, so it's delayed. I thought I sent you the script, but I sent it to you now. If you want to look over it.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
To somebody else and then come back.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump in there and kind of build off of what he said there too, and we've talked about this before, but the fact is, no set of rules, no set of discussion things that we have here are going to fit every single deck, every single commander that you run. So the best way to think about this is it's a set of rules that you can eventually throw away.
Oh yeah.
So it gets you
Don't pigeonhole yourself into them.
Yeah. You get yourself, used to them, and then you know which ones to break. So the best analogy I can think of, it's like using a thorn to get a thorn out.
Right.
If you're having a problem with your deck or the way things are playing, this might help you structure your decks better. It might help you. So it's difficult doing this both as an abstract and a concrete, but it will help you structure your decks better, and then you'll know what rules to break later on.
Yeah. And I've been utilizing Architect more. It's really helping me out with like breaking everything down that I was normally doing in my head.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does. So I got displayed on screen a scope thing I think is good for new players, right? New players. It tells you land count, mana ramp and draw, how many cards you want to remove, removal spells, how many spells you want to use, board wipes, how many board wipes you want to use. This is good for like new players. One thing I wanted to stress is the better of a player you become, the better deck builder you become, the more you understand synergy, deck synergy, team synergy. These numbers are going to change because you're going to find out that maybe your deck doesn't need as many draw spells as it does ramp spells, and vice versa. Sometimes it's like my Rafik in the mini deck, my removal spells are low because it doesn't need so many removal spells. I'm trying to be the threat in that deck, right? And sometimes you're running more board wipes or less board wipes based on what your deck's trying to do. So I want to show this to saying this is all right this is good for new players who are getting in the game, got to get in the game, but these numbers are not solid. They're not. This is just a template to start.
If you are a new player, and I love Tort to death, and he knows this. I love Tort. If you are a new player, for the love of God, do not put 8 board wipes in your deck.
Hey.
your game is going to be so unfun to play. Because if you're running 8 board wipes and everybody else is running the average 4 board wipes, your game is going to take 4.5 hours. No one's ever going to do anything. Because you're just going to get board wipe after board wipe after. No one's ever going to do anything. It's just going to be board wipe after board wipe.
Hey,
board wipe
is a good number.
Yep. Now you know why we call Tortoise the king of board wipes.
Look, I'm saying those are numbers for new players, right? like I said,
Yeah, don't do that. Don't run 8. Please don't run 8. You are not going to have a fun time because you're going to play a creature and then you're going to be like, well, I've got 3 board wipes in my hand and my opponents have a few more creatures than me. It'd be the wrong play not to play this stupid thing.
I think it brings up an excellent point and an excellent thing that you need to consider, which is your pod or where you're going to be playing. Because depending on the people that you're going to be with, and again, I say this stuff and then I feel like I'm trying to come down as a fun police. Like, you shouldn't do that because other people aren't having fun. I think just in my mind, if you're going to interact with your pod, whoever they may be, even if they're just randoms at the LGS, you do need to keep them in mind to a certain point. We're all here to win. We all want to play. But if you build a deck structurally that's only going to do one thing, you're going to find you're limiting yourself. So you need to take that into account. So maybe it's going to be unfun for the group you're in to get board wipe. But if you're going to play with somebody like that, again, you're going to find that your pod then is going to self-correct. They're going to say, okay, well, he's going to board wipe, so let's either counter his spells or let's put more things in that let me put things back on the board, that let me recover from it even faster.
Like recursion.
Yes.
It's a good way to skew. Like if you're playing with the same group of people, right? Like if you're playing with the same, let's say 8 or 9 people and you're playing all the time and you're just playing like board wipe tribal, you're magically going to start seeing a whole bunch of like creatures that can't be destroyed,
indestructible,
and then you're going to see ways to protect them from exile effects. And then what you're doing is you're setting off an arms race.
Well, but that's why we got removal, right? Counter spells, things like that, protection spells in your deck, which
but this is true. Okay, but how are you advancing your own game plan? If you are having to spend all of your mana on board wipes and then counter spells to stop your opponents from saving their own creatures, your board is nothing, right? Like you're not going to be able to play anything because the creatures you have played are going to die from your board wipes that do get through. And then when you don't get one through, it's just like, oh, I have no more mana because I've counterspelled everything.
That's funny.
Now, there are exceptions to this rule, obviously. If you're playing things like walls, as Brandon came over and so eloquently threw a commander in my face, those board wipes are all one-sided anyways. So you're like, that's how you can advance your own plan because you're not hitting everybody's things. But that's like 1 or 2 archetypes of decks out of the 300 that exist in the game.
Right. K Checker says, you are correct. Always have the deck that is best to fit your play group.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it depends on what
you're
your
going
goal
to
is.
get targeted, right? Like this is going to get you targeted. If you're just board wiping repeatedly, everybody else is going to be like, "Hey guys, do we want to play this game? Because if so, we're going to have to kill this guy." Then the game can really start.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to say what's been helping me is like I've been getting into CDH over the last 2 months and building a CDH deck, my VV deck, and I'm almost done with it in paper because I wanted at least one deck in paper, and it's helped me with my gameplay and my sportsmanship in lower brackets, if that makes any sense, because I'm able to differentiate 2 different mindsets when I'm playing casual and when I'm playing CDH. Like I'm able to focus better in casual. I'm able to bracket size the right way. You know what I mean? Like, and able to help everyone else bracket better, if that makes sense.
All right. Well, so I know we on the board wipe kick. And like I told you, the numbers are not solid. Like change your board wipes to what your deck needs. That scope was very early in my life, and I kept to it. And no, I don't run 8 board wipes in all my decks. I promise you.
You're slacking then.
Well, look, when it comes to theme and synergy, sometimes you need less.
I mean, that's such a T-Bot comment, though.
Well, I was going to say, too, because it depends on what you're advancing your board state to. since my end goal is a table flip, that's why I put lots of board wipes in there.
Yeah. If your end goal is to make your table be upside down before the game's in, please put 8 board wipes in.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Enough about the board wipes. Why don't you explain to people what a board wipe is?
So a board wipe is a card that when you play it, they're almost always sorcery speed because they're the two that exist at instant speed are bonkers. But what it does is it resets the board for mostly creatures. There are ones that hit other things, but most of the time when you talk about a board wipe, people are talking about something like the OG, like Wrath of God. It's 2 white and 2, destroy all, bury all creatures that can be regenerated. Right. So what you're doing is you're taking the game and you're resetting the creature board state.
Right.
If one person is really far ahead and you're like, my only hope to win this game is to board wipe, then you're like, okay, I'm going to draw you. And there's multiples. Pretty much every color has one.
I think so. There's some form.
Green has some pseudo ones, like make a bunch of tokens equal to the number of creatures on the field, and then they all punch each other.
Yeah.
Which can kill small creatures, but I think it only makes 4/4s. But most colors have a way to do this, right? And they're pretty. They tend to be color specific, right? Like your blue board wipes are almost all bounce spells that just return everybody's creatures to their hands.
Oh yeah.
Would you consider like return attacking creatures in that situation, or like there's spells that return all creatures to their owner's hands? There's one of those spells. Black has like Toxic Deluge and Damnation and a few others. White has the most.
Another unique one would be, I think of as Harmonize. Harmonic Convergence.
Oh.
To return all enchantments to the top of somebody's deck.
Ooh, yeah.
So I only bring that up because I don't think that a board wipe, well, like you said, normally they are going to be creatures. They are going to be, sometimes they're going to, if it's white, it's going to be permanents. But green has some unique abilities there too. And sometimes putting enchantments back on somebody's top of somebody's library forces them then to stop in the middle of the game and prioritize which one of these enchantments I want to get back, because they can get them back, but it's a way of forestalling the game and slowing them down, arguably, to give you more time to react, is the time that you should be playing board wipes.
Yeah.
Just playing without a win condition necessarily. Now, the win condition may be a little deeper in your deck, or maybe it's not in your hand, but you should be playing with a end goal in mind, not just the table flip. The table flip is a bonus.
Cane Shaker says the best 2-card combos: Wrath of God and Armageddon.
No.
No.
Well, that's something T-Bot would probably do, though.
Yeah.
With Heroic Intervention being a 2-mana cost card these days, I feel like Wrath of God Armageddon is a risky play.
It is
like there's some definite risk involved in casting Wrath of God and Armageddon in 2026 that did not exist in
very big risk in 2026. Very big risk.
All right, so the next one is, who wants to explain what removal is?
Removal is, removal can pretty much hit anything. Like, they got all kinds of removals in every color.
Targeted is like targeted.
They got spells that will remove a target attacking creature or just a creature. You can. Some other removals are exile. Some of them are destroy. Then that's pretty much a removal, and their stuff, just removes everything.
It just
pretty
removes
much. It's kind of like board wipe. It's kind of like board wipe, but it's only targeted removal
to permanent or not non-land or land.
Yeah. So removal targets a permanent, usually a creature, but there are different kinds of removal. Like green does enchantments and artifacts a lot, but there are spells that do both, or sometimes a few more.
Yeah.
Removal just is about taking about one permanent. That's good for your thing. The next one I want to get is ramp.
I'm sorry.
You want to interject?
Totally rude. I know. I want to try to get you to start swearing and stuff so you get kicked off your own show. My only issue, and this is perhaps my own shortcoming, my only problem with targeted removal in Commander is you've got 3 enemies, not just one.
Right.
If you're playing one-on-one, so you've got to be smart about the removal you play. So just a general, sorry, I'm just going off on my own tangent now. But removal, it's not up to you, or in my case, it's not up to me to remove everything on the board. And I need to remember.
You got to be selective. You got to be selective. You got to be selective about your removal.
Is it going to kill me? It's not going to kill me? Don't worry about it. Maybe somebody else will take care of it.
Here's the thing. If people on equal ground are running enough removal in their deck, everybody's going to take care of everything. So it might as well be like a 3-turn board wipe.
Yeah.
You know, it's all a game of rock, paper, scissors in general when it comes to removal. In general. That's why you have to run protection spells nowadays, is because you never know who's going to remove what.
You need to be okay. So, like Tabalt said, there's 3 other people at the table. If you're all running the average of 30-ish creatures, right? That's 120 creatures. Now, that's just creatures. That's not counting anything else that may need to be spot removed, like a glacial chasm, right? You have to be smart on what you're using your removal on. You have to look at it and say, how is this thing going to affect my opponent's board state? If it's just going to give them a small advantage, have at it, man. Because there are bigger fish to fry. Right. And if you pop, like, I can't tell you how many times I've been watching games and I see somebody blow a removal spell on a creature that meant very little.
Right.
And then 2 turns later, they drop a bomb and you're like, well, sure wish I had that.
Sure wish I had that then.
Well, yeah, you got to learn to be selective with your removal. And
You got to be selective with your removal.
Right. And you got to learn how to judge
Red
the board
assessment
correctly.
is so important.
Oh, yeah.
If you learn,
Remember,
it's
the
first thing you should learn is what is dangerous and what my opponents are playing. Because if you don't know that, then you can have all the removal in the world, and if you don't know when to use it, it's useless.
It's useless.
Right?
Yeah. And I can share like some examples. Like I've been in a situation where I made the wrong play for sure on a targeted removal, wasted a spell when I really shouldn't have done it, and should have saved it for the next thing that was coming out. You know what I mean? Actually, me and Michael just played a game like that the other day.
Yeah.
On my channel, a couple of us made some mistakes like that.
Yeah.
It happens, you know, but like I'm learning from those mistakes. I'm remembering those mistakes, remembering those like Ray said, you have to be on a lookout for the combos and expect the combos that are coming, the cards that are coming. You have to learn to know them and be familiar with them. Like I'm starting to do more and more research every day.
Right, that's why you need to play test your deck and stuff, and play
against other decks. Test your deck on Architect and Moxfield. Play test to get your draws, get your all that.
Because I don't know every combo out there to be like that's a combo. You know.
And that comes with more and more experience. But in the meantime, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Tell me about ramp.
Ramp. Yeah, ramp is any cards that help you get fast mana out. Like get any type of edge on your opponent for producing more mana than everybody else. Producing more mana in your turn per turn.
Yeah.
It could be anything from a sorcery spell, an instant spell that gives you 1 or 2 extra lands. It could be a creature that gives you extra land drops per turn. It could be artifacts that give you mana anywhere from 2. Some give you 3. Depends on the type of artifact it is. Some are filter. Filter 1 land into it, get 2. It just depends. But I'm sure it's not the only take on ramp.
You can also throw mana dorks in there.
Yep, mana dorks. Yep, those as well.
Yeah, mana ramp is using instant sorceries, creatures, artifacts, sometimes enchantments.
Sometimes
to increase the amount of mana you have a turn faster than normal.
Faster than normal. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one time we were playing a game that was unfairly bracketed, and some guy had a win con because he had like 10 mana on the battlefield, like by turn 2, turn 3, and about won the game by everybody else not having a creature on the board yet.
Wow.
That was insane.
Biorhythm on a body.
Right?
Yeah.
But yes, that's ramp in general, and that's important to the game. And I'm sorry, we got 20 minutes, and I'm on a short time clock, so I'm trying to get as much of this as possible. We spent too much time on board wipes, Raymond. Go with the flow.
Well, they do call you the king.
They do call you the king.
So I'm going to cover recursion here. Recursion is the ability to play cards, cast cards, or bring back cards from a graveyard to the battlefield or your hand. Doing that, recursion helps you get cards and replay cards to fit your synergy and efficiency to have more options available on the table and have the consistency to redo cards to help you build that consistent line of having removal, draw, ramp, so on and so forth. Sometimes you're getting back a creature.
Yep.
Recursion is important because everybody's going to blow up something, and sometimes you need that piece of strategy back into your hand or on the battlefield. All right?
Yep.
All right, so that's removal, recursion, ramp. Yep. Then who would like to cover draw?
I'm going to just read it directly from what you wrote here. So, drawing cards is draw. You're drawing more cards per turn than your regular one per turn. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you are exiling cards to have the ability to play them till the end of turn. Sometimes graveyard recursion is a form of card draw. Card draw is essential to having access to playing more cards than you should have in your hand. Tutoring counts as card draw. So I think that's a very important. This occurred to me as I was reading that, and just before then is the fact that it's like the irony is we're supposed to be playing a singleton format, yet we're getting more and more use out of the same cards by either drawing into cards that have duplicate effects or getting to reuse those cards from the graveyard.
You're going to hear this more this is more commonly going to be referred to as card advantage.
Card advantage,
right?
Yeah.
Because it's not just drawing, right? Like if you play a Jessica's Will, you didn't draw 3 cards because drawing is a mechanically identifiable thing. Like if you draw a card, that is a specific mechanic in Magic, right? Mm-hmm. So what we're talking about here is card advantage, and that is cards that let you have access to more cards than you would have previously. Mm-hmm. The best example of this that the people are going to probably see the most of is something like Bolas's Citadel. Mm-hmm. Right? Bolas's Citadel is 3 black and 3 for an enchantment. It's a legendary artifact. It sits on the board, and you can look at your top card at any time, and you may play that card by paying its mana cost with life instead of its mana. And it specifically says play, and because play is also a unique term in Magic, play means you can throw lands off the top of your library. If it just said cast, then you're cooked, right? Mm-hmm. But with play, you can actually play a land as long as you have an available land drop off the top. Mm-hmm. So there's times where you can hit 4 or 5 cards in a row that aren't lands, and you didn't draw those cards because, again, drawing is a mechanic that has all kinds of connotations and stuff attached to it that if you draw a card, things can happen. But you got card advantage, and card advantage is the most important thing in Magic. Mm-hmm. Yep. If everybody's deck is evenly built, like so, everybody's deck is a true bracket whatever, and everybody piloting it is at the same skill level. If one person draws an absurdly amount more cards than somebody else, they're going to win the game. 99 times out of 100. Mm-hmm.
I killed myself with Bola Citadel.
I was going to say Bola Citadel is also good, guys, for the fact that Ray mentioned it's play from the top, not cast, so can't be interacted with.
Mm-hmm. No, you can. No, you can still counterspell it. You can still counterspell it.
Well, I mean like the land thing, like your land, like
the land, yeah. But you can still like counterspell if somebody's trying to throw something big and bad off the top, and they
if someone throws something big and bad off the top can still be. I didn't mean like that; those cards could be interacted. I just mean like your land coming off the top can't be interacted with because you're just playing the land.
Right.
Another thing that Tortoise pointed out in there was playing cards from exile, and I think about that with my Prosper the Tomebound specifically. There, you get advantages of being able to have cards more than just the 7 cards, maximum 7 cards in your hand, whether that be another thing that gives you a Library of Ling. Oh my gosh, I just dated myself with that one, didn't I? Library of Ling.
Card.
Reliquary Tower, whatever it is, having more options is definitely going to give you the advantage over the long run.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we discussed board wipes, removal, ramp, recursion, draw, all things that are very important to deck building, right?
Yep.
And this talks about deck synergy, and that's one thing I want to hammer the nail into is knowing there's deck synergy beyond team synergy. But when you can marry the two together and have a mix of both, it makes your deck more powerful. What was it we were talking about to Balt the other day on your channel? Consistency, efficiency, and synergy wins games more than budget.
Yes,
100%.
absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people get hung up on that and just think about it from that one standpoint of, this person. Well, I'm going to start with what I started when you and I were talking, and that is comparison is the thief of happiness.
Right.
So if you're only looking at people's cards and what they're playing based on how much they spent on it, you're always going to be sad because there's somebody out there that's going to outspend you. So
Every time.
And it's a trap.
Yeah, it's
right?
a trap. Exactly.
It's a trap. I know people who have played Magic for a couple of years. They're not necessarily just new players, but people who have been around the scene for a little while who thought that they could just buy their way to wins. And that doesn't happen. I mean, you have to have everything, right? Money helps. Don't get me wrong. If your deck is more expensive, that does help. But you have to have the synergy. You have to have the knowledge. You have to have the skill to play the game, right? Money is only a small little thing in the corner that says, hey, I can help you out if you have the rest of these fundamentals. And if you don't, then it doesn't do anything. You still lose every game you play.
Yeah, your deck needs to have a point. It needs to make sense. You need to know how to pilot it, and you need to know what it's capable of. But we also, as deck builders, we're constantly making revisions. Constantly making sure, does that line up? Does this line up? Did this work right? Did this work right? We don't always get it 100% right every time, but we learn to get it down. We learn to progress it forward so that it doesn't come up short. So it doesn't.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because you're going to. Don't be afraid to make them. Just make them and move on.
We're going to have up all the time. You just learn from them,
All the time.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to bring home is I like to I know it sounds weird, but I like to I like to compare Commander to Draft because you kind of have a mix of cards, right? And now I don't compare it completely to Draft, but lessons learned is one time I used to make fun of the card called Divination. It's a sorcery that costs 2 generic and a blue, and you draw 2 cards. I would pick other cards over Divination in pack. That was a mistake. Because I went against one player who had 3 divinations and he was drawing cards in his deck. Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, okay, hold on. Drafting Commander, for I love you, but drafting Commander could not possibly be more different. These systems are, because draft you have, if you go to TMNT draft, you have about 100 cards to pick from, and you're only going to see maybe 35, right? Commander, you have access to 17,000 cards.
No, I'm talking about the comparison of your cards in deck are kind of random when it comes to draft. I'm not saying you're.
Oh yeah. I mean, they definitely are. They definitely are in draft. Every card should have a point.
Right. I learned a lot about deck building and cube design. And cube design is about knowing how to get 5 different synergies to coexist in the same cube format.
Right, so you can let people draft and try to draft one of the things
right.
within the
and
set.
So yes, Kane Checker, I did mention cube. You can put in the code if you want. But what I'm saying is when you're don't put expectations on cards. Like some cards are just better than you think. Divination's a decent draw spell. 3 mana, draw 2 cards. Not the best one out there, but drawing cards is pretty powerful.
It's good for draft. I wouldn't run it in Commander.
I've seen people run it in Commander as just a filler, But like,
They just didn't have access to a better draw spell yet.
Right. But but the point of it is, like, to me, that card was not worth it in like limited. So when you see a card like Blue Sun Zenith, which in a blue deck can be pretty OP, it's not as OP as it used to be nowadays. But like being able to draw X cards and shuffle the card back in your library with 3 blue, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it brings up another thing, which is the fact that how you engage with the cards. This is almost going to go back to a little bit to the budget thing also. I've seen that a lot of people try to buy the wins or figure that they can buy the wins, but if you're spending money on expensive cards and you don't know the rule set that goes with them, it's going to backfire. It's not going to be worth it and stuff. So that's why synergy can trump it in a budget with a budget deck, because you're playing along the lines that you're familiar with and instead of trying to force something you think is expensive in there that's going to work. So cheaper card may do a better effect for you.
Well, let me throw this out to you. Board wipes, removal, ramp, recursion, and draw cards in general, not always, are fairly budget. And they're important cards.
Yeah.
Right? Like board wipes, you're like other than like a select couple, you're looking at like $2-3 a board wipe. You're looking at
trying to get the few that are on like the reserve list.
Yeah,
the board wipes are all cheap.
Yeah, they're all cheap
except Damnation. It's still like $15 for some reason.
Well, yeah,
I'm trying to get Gludomri, Lord of Leaves. That's pretty up there, those two.
Right, but what I'm saying is the card, the BW.R.R.R.D, the Chef Boyardee, I guess we can call it.
Chef
the scope works on the budget side of your deck.
Yeah,
right?
It does. It certainly does.
So that shows you how powerful it is in Commander. Now there are expensive versions of cards. There's expensive versions of reanimation, but like yesterday, I found a card perfect for Hillbilly's deck. That was Recursion. It cost 2 mana. I can't remember the name. Card cost 2 mana. It was instant. Return a card from a graveyard to your hand and proliferated. I'm like,
it's a good card.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a really good card for your deck because he's working on his blight deck. I'm like, that's pretty solid.
Yep. I mean, like, okay, Blasphemous Act is one of the absolute best removal spells, like board wipes in Commander.
Right.
Because if the board has gone wide, it's going to cost you 1 red mana. Right. It's $2.
Right.
It's phenomenal. It is one of the absolute best board wipes in Commander. Price doesn't mean anything with it. It's just like that. It's that good, right? It should go in every single red deck that needs a board wipe, and it's $2.
Hell yeah. Yes.
And like Ray mentioned before, and Tortoise has mentioned this a few times, there's lots of variants of cards that are affordable. And then the synergy's there. The synergy's there. You just have to find it. You just have to do your research, your searching, and you can build a fairly decent budget deck that performs very consistently. You don't have to stretch out and buy the expensive cards. Traditionally, those of us that buy expensive cards is because we're building a list towards a list of something that we're trying to build to get the performance up higher than it's been. We don't normally go for the expensive cards just to say, hey, like I built all my decks when I first got into Commander budgeted all the way. I didn't start branching out into more expensive cards till I was playing Magic for almost 10 years. And that's an admittance right there.
I remember when $5 was expensive for a Magic card.
Yeah.
I knew when $20 for a Magic card was insane.
Yeah, exactly. So
I remember when Mana Drain was $80.
Right.
Yeah.
There was still Mana Burn, right? I to this day do not understand how Mana Burn was 5 times as much money as Force of Will. Because at that time there was still Mana Burn. Those people who don't know, in Magic's ye old days, if you tapped stuff for mana or something gave you mana and you could not spend it, at the end of each phase, you just took damage from it. So if you tap something for 10 and you could only spend 5, well, then you lost 5 life.
You lost.
So mana drain was $80, and the mana burn was still a thing. Conversely, you had Force of Will, which was about $20.
Right.
And those people who know, Force of Will costs 5 mana, counter target spell, but you can exile a blue card. Well, you can remove a blue card from your hand from the game, pay 1 life, and cast it for free. Right. And the reason that distinction is so important was because at this same time, Cunning Wish was a card that you could run in your deck. Cunning Wish is a blue and 2, and it says pull a card that you don't own from outside the game and put it into your hand. So back then, if you exiled something with Force of Will, you could get it back with a Cunning Wish. Now you can't do that anymore because they made exile as a place now, so it's inside the game, so therefore it can't be Cunning Wished for. But you could buy an entire play set of Force of Wills for what it would cost you to buy a single mana drain. So expense, even within very specific sections like counter spells, the most expensive one does not necessarily mean it is the best one.
Right. Like a powerful counter spell that's been reprinted lately was Offer You Can't Refuse. You know, one mana counter target non-creature spell. It's creates 2 treasure tokens. That's going to keep Force Will in check because you can counter your Force Will for 1 blue mana now.
Oh.
I mean, so you always run the risk of somebody else just forcing your force, right? Like, because if you have a Force of Will, you're playing 60 card constructed back then because Commander was still just happening in Alaska at that point. You knew that your opponent also could have a Force of Will, right? So you always run the risk of having your own counterspelled. That's always been a thing. That's not new now. It's just things like an Offer You Can't Refuse just makes it a little more easier because the card is much more accessible than Force of Will.
Right now, the lowest price listing for TCG player for mana drain is $50. Holy cow!
Wow, Force of Will around my way is like $80-$90 for a Force of Will.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I'm talking about Onslaught block because Cunning Wish came out in Odyssey. So we're talking 22 years ago when mana drain was $80 and a Force of Will was $15.
Yeah,
I've been in my early I'm 35 now. 22 years ago, I've been like 13 years old.
KBG says this run 60 board wipes, 40 lines, and 1 commander. Well, you're not doing anything until turn 4 at least. Maybe turn 3 if you run Toxic Deluge. All right, but anyways, my friends, it is time to get to that segment of the day where we click this particular button. This button right here.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise. Building the following as we game. Spitting fire like a dragon. No one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house. We own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Whoa, everybody, it's time to get that shield section. Yeah, the shield section. Yeah, like I pushed the show as far as we could to run it later as we could, so we got more time in for you guys. But no, like luckily dinner's gonna be easy to make. We're having hot dogs and corn. But anyways, we still gotta make a call to a place to talk about moving. That's still a thing. Okay. But with that, we're gonna get into the shield section. We're gonna start with the handsome, the devilish, the Moodoo Fool. And look, he's here.
Hey, everybody! I've don't got nothing planned for right now. But if I ever come across something I want to record, I will, and I'll put it out there.
Oh yeah! You'll do it. Don't threaten him with a good time, everybody. All right, with that, we're gonna roll over to Rhino Blitz.
Hey, party people, how's it going? You can follow me on YouTube at The Real Rhino Blitz. I run a channel called Around the Bluff. My following is The Crash. Come join us and run with us. And take a look at us on Twitch as well and on Twitter. You can reach me on Twitter at RhinoBlitz1589.
Oh yeah.
So give me a follow and give me a view. Thanks.
Yeah, and his link to his YouTube channel is in chat and in the description below. Yes. And with that, we're gonna roll over to the crazy, the insane, the insatiable, the devilish Michael Matt Saxon.
So thanks for having me on. I'm always glad to be able to stop by and talk to you guys. I know we're kind of all over the topics here today, but remember, these are just general guidelines and rules to help you play a more fun game of Commander. So that's what we're stressing here, and that's what we're looking for. Positive vibes, good games, and so on. As for me, that's right, I'm supposed to be shilling my stuff. Follow me here on YouTube. You can go to darkritual.site and find everything Tybalt's Apprentice there. You can find a blog. You can find my TCG Player store. You can find just everything. Just go there. And in the meantime, I look forward to joining you again. I think I should be back on, maybe not tomorrow, but I'll be back here on Thursday. Looking forward to talking to you guys.
I'll see you then.
Run more board wipes.
Run more board wipes. Run more board wipes.
All right, with that, we're gonna roll over to the one Rayman.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Thanks for everybody tuning in. I'm glad that I could be here with you guys on what I was just told is National Trading Card Game Day. So that's awesome to get to spend that with you guys. We have so much stuff going on. It's pre-release week. So we're going to do a box break tonight. We're going to be opening up a booster box of TMNT. We're going to open a collector booster, I think. Tomorrow night we have our 4-player Commander game. We have everybody locked in for that. On Friday, we have pre-release, and then just regular Magic every other day this week.
Quick question: Are y'all going to be opening those on a stream?
Yes. The Mr. B's Game Lounge stream at roughly 6 o'clock tonight. I don't know exactly what time we're going to start, but we're shooting for 6, so it could be a little bit after. That's Eastern Standard Time. So we will be doing that on the Mr. B's Game Lounge YouTube channel. And then we'll be doing the Commander stream also on the Mr. B's Game Lounge.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So check us out. I will not be here tomorrow. I have some family obligations. So I guess that puts me on a 47-hour break. I'll see you guys on Thursday.
Rolling over to Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody. Tomorrow. Well, let's talk about tonight first. Tonight will not be a Commander game. Will not be a Commander game. I do want to play Commander tonight, but unfortunately, got to give my attention to this. And this is happening tomorrow, right after the morning coffee show. And that also means will not be a morning stream. Will not be a Commander game tonight. Will not be a morning stream tomorrow. Because I'll be here, and right after this show tomorrow, I will be jumping straight into playing these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards on Arena. There's still time to craft a deck and throw it into my Discord. And that's all I got planned for today and tomorrow. So if you want to see some turtles, come on by my channel tomorrow, and I'll be playing some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards.
If you want to see some turtles, go to the zoo.
Like, I really want to see some turtles. Look at Tortoise.
Playing around. It sounds like you're going to have a good time tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to play these turtle cards. I mean, there's some good cards that are coming out with. But, of course, this is just my opinion about the cards. I mean, the cards, to me, look pretty good. And I'm looking forward to playing with the cards. And I always got to thank Wizards for inviting me to be able to do this.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool for sure. And hey, everybody, Super Fast Tortoise, since there's not going to be a Commander game tonight, I'm probably just going to do a live chat and chill later on tonight. If not, I'm cleaning the house like deeply. But yeah, Kane Chicker. Remember when SFT is all about the looters in his deck building? Yeah, I love looters. I like if I built Green Goblin, I'd put a lot of looters in that deck. But anyways, everybody, I want to thank you all for being here. Everybody, like Hillbilly, Rhino, Matt Saxon. He had to leave, but Rayman, Moonful, who's invisible. I want to thank you everybody for being here. Everybody in chat, thank you for supporting the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You guys are awesome and amazing. I want to remind you that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you. If you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today, because you might be the change or motivation they need to have an inspiring day. With that one, thank you, channel members and subscribers, for everything. But tonight, we're just going to get to the straight end theme.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning